Stewart Crawford is a third-generation farmer at Narromine. He put in 175 hectares of subsurface drip in 1997 and has had yield increases and water savings by adopting this system. Two things which he says drives the economics of drip irrigation. Stewart Crawford has been successful in round one of the Sustain the Basin Farm Modernisation project, and he is putting in an additional 135 hectares of subsurface drip.
Been doing this for a little while. Like we started this about 15 years ago in '98. We put our first trial area in, which was 50 hectares. That happened as a consequence of me going to the States and looking at drip over there in Arizona. And our soil here it's good soil, it grows good crops, but it's inherently used a lot of water. So that was our driver to see if we could do a bit better with that. And so we put our first 50 hectares, and since then we've grown that to have 175 hectares under drip. Our last development was on metre row. So that's the way we want to go, is with metre row. And we've seen obviously a saving in water, but we've seen a huge increase in yield. So that's been the big driver to increase our area.
So how's the Sustaining the Basin funding helped you to achieve putting the system in?
Oh, it's been imperative. We financially, the numbers just don't stack up as far as financing it all yourself, given the cost of going to metre row tape, and given that we're not really getting any more for our produce than what we were back when we put it in 15 years ago. So the economics weren't there mind you that we'd done the work and we knew the way we wanted to go, but until this project came along we weren't really in a situation where we could probably do it.
So has the old system paid for itself with water savings?
The old system, water savings is a large part of it, but the big part is increased yield. That's what drives the whole equation, is being able to bump your yields up considerably. So i.e. we are growing more bales per megalitre, but the big driver in paying a system off is growing the bales. That's been the big one.
And what lessons have you learnt from energy, as far from an energy point of view, from your old system to designing this new system?
Well, so obviously the big part of driving a pressurised drip system or an overhead system is fuel, and so we've tried to design this system, and we've had a few little shortcuts that have probably been taken in our previous designs, and this design we've tried to focus totally on low energy use, as far as sizing our mains up, installing our diesels with variable drive, and we've done everything in our powers to make these systems to be able to run at as low a pressure as possible, and hence save fuel.